Dozer, when you're done, bring the ship up to broadcast depth.
Peace, ladies and gentlemen, it's your man Trip coming at you with another video. Today is Wednesday. Not sure about the date. I think it's like the 27th of August, man. And I'm out here at a rest area on I-70. I-70 is trash, man, in Missouri, man. Like, it's cool, and then it gets like, I guess they redoing it, man. That's why in the wintertime, there's just so many trucks in the ditch. Trucks, cars, and it's just trash. It's just trash. I feel like you could just drive off the side at any time. But yeah, this week was difficult, man. Very difficult. Had the prevention, or the preventable. Then the truck went into the shop. Then through lots of miscommunication, I got took off a load while I was on it. I wasn't on it. I was supposed to go pick it up, and they gave me different loads and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. So I'm heading home, heading to Florida with this load. And that's another thing. They're sending me home way too early. My time off is for next Tuesday, next Wednesday, and I'm gonna be there this Friday. So I told them I need a couple more loads, so I can get paid. So the rotation that I was just on, 4-week rotation, won't be pointless. So hopefully I'll get a load out of Florida on Friday and then back to Florida for next week. So hopefully that's what will happen. I can't adjust the time and dates of my appointments just because they decide to send me home 5 days early, and they do that sometimes. And then they say, oh well, we'll look for local work. They've never once given me any local work. So yeah. Especially that I'm doing 4-week rotations with 2 days off, 48 hours, and then coming back after the 48 hours. So we'll see what happens, though. Like, I don't know. It's been a frustrating time. Maybe I'll just take the time and regain my thoughts, regain my composure, regain what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't want to end up with a small check or a negative check. Like, that's another thing. Like, when you got me getting there Friday, I still got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Friday, because I'm going to be there tomorrow, which is Thursday. So Friday, which is the delivery, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's 5 days of nothing? Fuck out of here. So, Hirschbach, call me. I've been asking about this for days. Been talking about it for days. Yeah, man. That's the frustrating part about Hirschbach. Communication. That's it. Communication is the frustrating part about Hirschbach. Otherwise, phenomenal company. I mean, even though there's not much communication, there's decent amounts of support, when shit hits the fan, and you get the miles. Like, I don't know why a lot of these drivers aren't getting miles. Maybe it's because they're rejecting loads. Maybe it's because they're telling them where they're gonna run and where they're not gonna run. And Hirschbach lease. Okay, if you're on the lease or the lease purchase, right, you got to be here for at least a year to get to the lease purchase. So I think those people haven't figured out, right? Especially if they have the $10,000 to put down, right? So if you're on the lease here at Hirschbach, you can't treat this like, oh, I'm going to be picking loads and no. This is not that. There's no load board. There's no oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to go here. No, you don't. No. They send you what's available. All right? A lot of the times you deadhead good miles. Like, you'll be deadheading a lot of miles. I've had 1,000-mile deadheads. 1,500 deadhead. And you get paid the same thing. Whatever it is. So, you know, like they'll send me to Gordonsville out of Florida, Gordonsville with a Walmart load, drop that Walmart. Now they'll have me deadhead 200-something miles down south. You get paid for everything. You don't get paid a discount for your deadhead miles and stuff like that. It's all the same. Let me activate the clock here. And so I just don't know. Just do the miles. Just drive the truck. Just do what they ask you to do. You know, if the load doesn't make sense time-wise, like it's going to have you sit, then don't do it and give them that explanation. But if you're just like, oh, it's going to Nebraska, like, they got accounts. They'll deadhead you out of there to wherever the next load is. You will not be sitting. It's not like you get to, I'm in Missouri, I'm going to wait 3 days to find a load out of Missouri. That's not what happens here. They got a load in Wisconsin. You're going to deadhead to Wisconsin and go pick up that load. That's what's going to happen. And I need to certify my logs. That's what I'm doing right now. And that's what needs to happen. Okay? Verify, whatever. Same thing. So don't worry about where the fuck you going. Just drive the truck. Just drive the truck. Get the miles. Get paid. Run your recaps. Okay? Run your recaps. And make sure if you deliver something on Monday, you're getting another load Monday or Tuesday, and you're going to run some miles to add onto that check, and do that throughout your rotation. Make sure you run that extra load, because that load that you pick up on a Monday or Tuesday and it doesn't deliver till Wednesday or Thursday, you get paid for those miles up to midnight on Tuesday. They're not going to charge you for the fuel. They're not going to charge you for the cents per mile. That's going on your check. Those miles, let's say you did 500 miles, you're going to get like $500 or $450 onto your check. And all that other stuff is going to come out the next one. But it's not going to matter because you're going to run another one like that. And you just keep doing that. It eventually catches up where you might have your $1,500 check on your last run. That's why I'm saying, hey, I can't stop on Friday because I want to get to Tuesday so I can have, going home, a good check. Right now, I'll be at like 1,600 miles by Friday. I need to run over the weekend so I can get to close to 3,000 so I can have, you know, my $1,500 to $2,000 check. Now, I'm not going to run that Tuesday, so it will probably be closer to 1,500. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depending on what they get me. Right? And that's another thing. It depends on what they get you. But you have to run the miles. If you don't run and you reject every load, you're gonna look. This lease, you do the lease so you can tell them when you're gonna go home. That's it. You're not picking loads. You're not doing none of that. So drive the truck. This is the easiest lease there is. It's probably the best lease at a company there is. You have the option to buy. you're probably not going to want to buy this truck because you're just doing it to make a little bit extra money and have a little bit more control of your home time. They're the third largest refrigerated company on the planet. You're not going to be controlling your loads. They didn't get that way by letting you just decide to. See, that's the thing. The prime guys, they get list of loads and or whatever, and they choose based on percentages and all this other crap, and just drive. Just drive. Why am I getting $2,000 and other people are on the YouTube complaining that they're failing? Why? Why is that? Look, you're not following. I am the biggest asshole there is at Hirschbach. I'm always writing Bibles to the dispatch team, to everything, and I still get the money. How is that possible? Do I get frustrated all the time? Yes. Does it look like it's not going to work out all the time? Yes. Do I have to sit there and put my foot down when it looks like I'm going to be sitting for 2-3 days, a day, whatever? Yes, but if you sit for a day, you're going to get paid for that. Yeah, no, it's not as good as running, right? And it's for 24 hours. But you know what? Sometimes if it's 22 hours, they still give it to you. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make sense. So when you write your little message, your frustrated message, and they call you, now, whenever somebody calls me, I never talk to them crazy. Hi, how you doing? Oh, that's good. You doing good? You have a good day? Man, I'm real frustrated. I don't understand what y'all's vision is. Then they'll say something like the planner this, the planner. The planner ain't plan. Like I had one. I run recaps. The planner wanted me to do something that I would have had like 3 hours for the day, right? So I was like, okay, but that's gonna mess me up for next week when I have no hours to run. I'm trying to get to it where I have, 9-10 hours every day, right? A full 70 basically, right? Well, the planner doesn't plan out like that. What do you mean the planner doesn't plan out like that? That's the point. And that's the point where you are running a business and you have to say stuff like that. Like, well, I am planning like that because I need to make the money. See, and then they say, oh, shit. God damn it. And then they and then you get something that makes sense because they understand. They're dealing with a lot of drivers, so they're just going to try to throw you something. You have to talk to them, though. You can't be like I said, I'm an asshole when I be texting. I don't swear, but I repeat myself several times so they can get the point. And when they call me, now I'm calm. I talk to them with respect. They talk to me with respect. Even if I'm frustrated, I shut my mouth. I let them finish talking. And if they're talking too much, I say, hey, can I talk? Remember, they're frustrated too. You are the 10th driver that was like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm out of here today. I quit. Fuck Hirschbach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Just shut the fuck up and drive the goddamn truck. If the load makes sense time-wise, you do it. If it doesn't make sense time-wise, that's the only reason you should be turning down any load. That's the only reason you should be turning down those. If it doesn't make sense time-wise. And I don't mean like it looks like it's going to be tight, you're a fucking professional driver. Drive the goddamn truck. I'm talking about if it's going to have you sitting 2-3 fucking days. Like, I'm going to get there a day and a half early. that might not be something, unless you want to do it 34. But that might not be something you want to do. That's the only reason to turn down the load. And then you explain that, because like it'll say, why are you turning it down? Because it has me sitting 2 days. No business is. They're not gonna punish you for that. I've had it where I say that, and then they'll have me go pick up something 200-300 miles away that actually makes sense. They have so many loads. They're the 3rd largest refrigerated company on the planet. They have loads. And don't let the fucking dispatchers try to tell you that, we don't have the freight right now. Remind them, you are the 3rd largest refrigerated company on the planet. What do you mean you don't have the loads? You might not have specific loads, but you got loads. So it is what it is. And if you don't got the loads, if you don't got the loads in this area, you have contracted freight. It's all they're not on the fucking DAT board trying to pick out loads, right? It's all contracted freight. So it's like, okay, well, if you knew, you got your list for the week, okay, from Tyson and in fucking Chicago, and if you only had, 30 loads for the week, why the fuck did you send 50 drivers there in that area, dude? You should have been planning those 20 other drivers to deadhead out of there somewhere already. Like, yeah. So I don't try to blame the drivers for everything, but the making money part is fucking on the driver, bro. It's not on Hirschbach. Hirschbach has it. Now, if you're just, I just don't know how you can't get paid here. I don't understand. It has to be something like Hirschbach is showing you something fucked up, and you're not responding in the right way to help them help you. You got to work together. You got to make sense. You got to make sense. But if you just get so frustrated, you're like, I'm sitting for the day. You just lost a fucking day, and you ain't gonna get paid. So it is what it is. I saw one guy after 2 weeks. He said he made $500 after 2 weeks. First 2 weeks. And that just doesn't make any fucking sense, because you get $400 just for completing fucking orientation on the ComData card. Then you deliver your first load, you get another $400 on that card. That has nothing to do with pay. So that's $800 right there. So how the fuck did you make $500 when there's $800 right there on the table? Plus your first paycheck is gonna have no truck payment. Your second payment or your second paycheck gonna have no truck payment. How the fuck did you do that? You fucked up. Ninja vanish.